Alright guys, in this video I'm going to go over how to make a token as well as how to set it up in your roll20 game. A lot of people might already have a token, in which case you can skip to the time tag, which is on the screen now and in the description, and that will get you right to how to set it up, which is really kind of what I wanted to get this video for. But first, obviously, we need a functioning token, and a few people don't know how to do that. So the main issue people have with roll20 tokens is they will frequently have a sort of black border around their token, which just looks crappy. And then also most people tend to like these rounded tokens, so obviously you don't just want a full box if that's not your preference. So we're going to go over two different ways to make tokens. The first one I'm going to go over is something called Token Tool. I will put a link to it in the description. It's a little Java program which I'll walk you through really quick. However, a lot of people, myself included, have some issues launching this, usually because of Java security or whatever reason. So I will also go over another way to make it using GIMP, which I will also link in the comments. It's a kind of free version of Photoshop, so to speak, and so we'll go over that as well. But first we'll go to Token Tool, which, like I said, the link to this is in the description. It's completely free. Once you start it up, it will look like this. Now, like I said, I and many other people prefer a round token. So first, this is just going to select your border, and we'll go for a nice simple one. Let's go for this nice silver gray border. Now we need the token itself. So go blatantly rip off art from Pinterest. Let's see here. What kind of character do we want to be today? Let's be this gentleman. He looks very interesting. So he's going to be our token. So we can actually just drag him into the token tool, and there it is. But of course we don't want just his eyeball. This is a preview of what your token's going to look like, and we don't really want that. So you can scroll out if you have a scroll wheel on your mouse, which I think everyone does nowadays. You can just scroll in and out that way, or you can zoom out with these buttons to make sure he fits right in there. And that's looking pretty good, I think, for the art that we chose. So now our token's gonna look like this. So then once we've got it, we just save the token, and let's see here. Let's call it guy token. And now theoretically on my desktop, let's bring it over so you guys can actually see it, where are you, guy token? There it is, guy token. Okay, it went up on my other monitor, but there he is, he's big. We'll put him in a game and make sure it works. So we go over to our game, and we have guy token. Where did you go? Guy token. We'll upload him. There he is. He comes in the wrong size. We're going to resize him, but I'll show you that more once we actually are creating our token and setting it up in our game. The other way to do it, if you can't get Token Tool to work for you, is to use a program called GIMP, which will look like this. So I actually use this more often because I've created a template. So what I've done is I made something that actually just looks like this. I have that same sort of circular circle that you would see in the Token Tool, and then what I do is I find the art that I want. Let's make him let's be someone different today. Let's be this dwarf. Looks like a nice manly dwarf. So we'll copy that image and find our GIMP again, paste it on there, right click to new layer. There we go. So there he is, just as before. He's a little bit too big for our tastes. We'll make sure he's underneath the border. Actually, he's a pretty good size as is. Oops, get back there. So then I'm going to have the layer that has the actual border selected, and then I will get my little magic wand for my magic wand selection tool that will select everything that's outside of that particular little circle. And then I want to make sure there's no artifacts, little bits of white and specks around there. So we're going to grow that by 2 pixels. So that means that now the selection goes underneath the border. We select the thing that we actually want to crop off, and we delete. There he is. We're going to Control-Shift-E to export, and we will call him dwarf. Make sure you do this as like dwarf.png. The entire point of doing this is to get that transparency. So make sure that you do that as you can't do it as a JPEG. I'm pretty sure bitmaps don't have transparency either. So make sure that these are being saved as PNG files. So, okay, so now we've got our dwarf as well. So let's bring him over, see what he looks like. He's going to be pretty big because that's a pretty big template I have. There he is, yep. So here's what he looks like. And now we've got some tokens. So now we need to set them up. What do I mean by set them up? They're already in the game. What more is there to do? Well, obviously when you play a game, especially if your DM uses lighting and stuff, is you need your token to be able to see, and you might want to be able to see, like this one, your health bar or something of that sort. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick the token. We'll say that this token is assigned to my cleric Ileana. That looks nothing like her. So basically you double click on your token. I can't believe I just pointed at my computer with my hand to indicate what to click on. You double click on the token and this edit token will come up. Under represents character, choose the character sheet of the character this token is for. Once you've done that, go for bar 1, choose HP. Go for bar 2, choose AC. And then over here, we're going to go to advanced. Make sure for your character that has sight is selected. That should never be unselected. I really don't think it should default like that. Now, when it comes to emits light and see light, if your character is always literally emitting light, if you're glowing for some reason, make sure you have all players see light. If your character has dark vision, other people can't see that, but you can see, so don't have all players see light. However, both of those things need light. So if you have 60 feet of dark vision, put in 60. So this is how far your light radius extends. The second one is when dim light starts. Now, when your dark vision is working, it's all dim. So I actually put in 1 foot though, just because it makes it clear to me that it's working, but theoretically that should work right there. 60 feet of dim light now, so that and without all players see light is that emulates that. So what if instead we had a torch, or if you are like Ileana, my cleric, you have a lantern with continual flame on the time. So that means you have 40 feet of light, and the dim light starts at 20 feet, and everyone can see it. So we're going to have all players see light. Now these other things, the player permissions, that's going to depend on the DM for the game that you're running. In West Seas Guild, typically DMs do not let you see the other players' health bars, so you would leave most of this stuff unchecked. However, as someone who likes to put up spirit guardians and similar things a lot, I typically will usually check Aura 1 and Aura 2 so people can see those sorts of effects that I put up around my character. So now you've got the token tied to your character, and the token has sight. But if you don't do this last step, that's not going to be saved for every game. So what we're going to do is now we're going to go into the character sheet. This is not in the token, this is in the character sheet itself. We edit the character sheet. We make sure that the token we've been modifying is selected. Over here we go for default token. We hit remove, and then once you do that, there's going to be a button that says use selected token. In fact, I'll just do that on my little Goliath lady here, so I can actually show you how it looks. So we're going to tie it to obviously her actual token, which is what's here on the map. So this one has all been set up to use this character. So we're going to remove her token. So this is what it looks like right now. So you select the token you want to use, then use selected token, save changes. Now whenever you move this character sheet and export it to someone else's game, it's going to bring that token with those visual settings into that game. So that way the DMs don't have to check you at the beginning of every session or every time they move you to a different map to make sure that you can see. So I hope that helped you guys out. Look forward to playing with you.